Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Nikhil Kumar. Today we are diving into something super useful when managing live applications in Kubernetes. That is rolling updates and rollbacks. This is how Kubernetes helps you update applications with zero downtime. And yes, if something goes wrong, you can quickly roll back to a previous version. Let's dive in. Imagine you are updating your application in production. You don't want to take it down for users, right? That's where rolling updates comes in. Kubernetes will gradually replace old pod with the new ones. This ensures there's always a working version running and user will not face any disruption. Kubernetes handles this with deployments where you define the image version you want to run, the strategy for updates, and by default Kubernetes uses a rolling update strategy. Now let's see it in the action. So this is our Kubernetes cluster. So this is our 2-node cluster. First, let's create a deployment. I have already covered a deployment in very detail. I will add a link in the description or the above I button so you can check it out as well. So to create a deployment, we can use a command kubectl create deployment rolling-demo and the image name that is equal to nginx and the tag is 1.19. So deployment got created. Let's verify it very quickly. kubectl get pods. We can see one pod is running with the rolling-demo, and if we see the deployment, we can see the rolling-demo deployment is running. Now suppose we want to update the image to a newer version. Let's say we want to update the image to 1.21. As of now it's 1.29, but in the new version we need to update it to 1.21. Let's try to do it very quickly. So for that we have a command kubectl set image deployment and the deployment name that is rolling-demo and the image. So for that we are going to use nginx equal to nginx 1.21. This triggers a rolling update and you can also monitor it live. So for that we can use a command kubectl rollout status and the deployment / the deployment name. As we can see, deployment rolling-demo successfully rolled out. And if we describe the deployment using the kubectl describe command, kubectl describe deployment and the deployment name. And if we scroll up a little bit, so the image name got updated to the 1.21 because we just rolled out with the newer version of the image. So what's happening behind the scenes? Kubernetes uses maxUnavailable to control how many pods can be down during the update, and maxSurge to allow creating extra pods temporarily. For example, if you have 3 pods and maxUnavailable is 1, it will update 1 pod at a time while keeping at least 2 pods running. This makes the update smooth and undisruptive. What if the new version has a bug? No worries, Kubernetes has your back. You can roll back to the previous working version using the kubectl rollout undo command. So let's see it in the action as well. So right now we just updated it to the 1.21, but let's say we have some bugs in this particular version. So we need to roll it back to the previous version, that is 1.19. So this is the version which is our previous working version. For that we can use a command kubectl rollout undo and the deployment name and the deployment name that is rolling-demo. So it got rolled back, and that's it. Kubernetes will roll you back to the previous stable version. So let's check it very quickly. Kubectl get pods in the running state, and if we describe the deployment, we can see it got updated to the 1.19 because we have rolled out it to the previous version. Now let's try this out. Let's change the name to a faulty version. Let's say if we don't have any existing tag, we will use it in the image. So for that we will use kubectl set image deploy and the deployment name that is rolling-demo, and I'm updating it to the image tag which does not exist, so it's broken. Now let's check the status of the deployment. So it shows up and running pod. It got failed because if you can see, it's not able to pull an image because that particular tag does not exist. But if you see, the older pod is working. It's still in the running until and unless this particular pod will comes in the running state. This pod will not go away. And let's check the status of the rollout. kubectl rollout status deployment and the rolling-demo. Let's demo. As you can see, it's waiting for deployment to roll out to finish, because
if you notice, our previous pod is in the running state. Because our new pod we just created, it's having some issues with the image tag because that image tag does not exist. That's why it didn't deleted the previous pod.
And now we know it's a broken and it's not going to work. Now let's roll it back to the previous stable version. For that we can use the same command, kubectl rollout undo and the deployment name. It's rolling-demo. It got rolled back to the previous working version. Let's do it very quickly. As we can see, it's working fine. It just deleted the newer pod which we just created with the broken tag. And if we describe the deployment and rolling-demo, we can see it's working with the 1.19 tag itself. If you want to check the rollout history, so you can use the command kubectl rollout history and the deploy/deployment name. So we can see the revisions of the application which we did with the kubectl commands. This helps you track versions and changes over the time as well. Now let's understand when to use rolling updates and the rollbacks. Use rolling updates when you need zero downtime deployments. And if you want safe and gradual rollouts, you can use the rolling updates over there. And if you need an easy way to roll back changes if something goes wrong, just like we did for the broken tag. Like the broken tag does not exist and it's not able to pull an image. So our application got stuck because we are not able to create a pod. So the older pod will remain up and running, but we need to roll it back to the previous working version. So in that case, we need to use the rollbacks. This is the perfect for production environments, especially when working in the CI/CD pipeline. So now you know how to perform rolling updates and the rollbacks in the Kubernetes. This is one of the key reasons why Kubernetes is loved in the production gate deployments. We updated a live deployment, monitored it, and rolled it back safely, all in a few commands. If this helped you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.